Gautam Prasadan, Principal Architect at Architecture Interspace, Pondicherry. Here, we are passionate about combining innovative designs with new interiors and fabrication techniques. We believe in an interdisciplinary approach towards architecture and interior design and have a keen interest in exploring creative ways of engaging with different professions.
Today, I am here to present to you all one of our projects, the 𝐒𝐻𝐚𝐜𝐢𝐻 Desert Studio, shortlisted under the category Food Spaces. This site is the ground floor of an existing building located in the French quarter of the city, within few parallel streets from the beach. The challenge was to expand the space within this existing shell of one of these colonial-style buildings. The design brief was to create the first desert studio in Pondicherry, inviting one to enjoy a treat and its refreshing new space. The client provided us a brief with 3 important conditions. The existing space was very small, which provided only 5 to 6 seats to eat in, while the majority had been offered the takeaway option. So the first main issue was to address the seating capacity of the place. The second thing was to provide young, vibrant character to the place through an innovative design strategy. The third thing was to finish it in the shortest duration possible. A time span of 10 days was given to us. This pushed us towards thinking fast-track construction techniques. 1.5 km long promenade is our city's favorite spot to enjoy the sunrise, a morning walk and an evening stroll when it is thoughtfully close to traffic and comes alive with people and stalls of food, drinks, souvenirs and an array of articles. Our beach and the beautiful promenade was our inspiration behind the design instinct. The promenade offers seating in different levels and for different sized group. With the site few meters away from the beach, we felt this was the ideal place to create an environment which would offer a taste of the same character. Moving on to the design, the existing shell was 10 feet by 13 feet, a double height space. The design demanded expanding it into a larger space of 20 feet across 26 feet. This allowed us to provide the necessary space for the live counter to display a variety of menu. A separate space was designated for the production, storage and service area. The double height space was effectively used to introduce a mezzanine floor which could provide the additional space for seating. The mezzanine level can be reached by a staircase as well as an adjoining set of deep steps that we would like to call as Galleria steps, where customers could sit, enjoy dessert and chat that would recreate the ambience of sitting along the promenade. This arrangement ensures an ergonomically sound space that facilitates leisure seating, conversations and interactions. The mezzanine level was designed with movable seating featuring tables and cube seats. A palette of pastel colors of blue, yellow and pink were used to bring to mind the colors of ice cream and the fun theme. Moving on to the third major design parameter, the fast-track construction. The project was planned for a tight 10-day timescale. In order to ensure this, the parts that required steel fabrication was done off-site and assembled on-site. The next set of images shows the series of progress from day 1 to day 10. On day 1, we removed the existing partitions and equipment to make clear space. Since the steel parts were cut to precise length off-site, it enabled us to quickly assemble on-site. The mezzanine floor construction was given the priority. By day 2, the mezzanine floor steel construction was finished. It was prepared for a screed concrete layer by the time the steps were being fabricated. Bison board was used at the bottom for the concrete layer to avoid plastering later. By day 3, the mezzanine was ready to further work on the electrical works. The steps were fabricated at the end of the day. The steps were prefabricated with a steel mesh to act as a reinforcement for the concrete layer. All the steel parts were painted with a layer of non-corrosive paint and was tied with a layer of chicken mesh to it. for the concrete layer to adhere. It was a similar technique to ferro-cementing. Meanwhile, the handrails and electrical conduit lines on the mezzanine level were marked and installed. At the end of day 6, the Galleria steps takes form with the concrete layer and is ready for the tiling process. It took us 2 days to complete the tiling of all the area including the Galleria steps. The day 9 shows the start of final painting works and installation of main power supply. On day 10, we have wrapped up almost all the work with all the painting finish. The furniture were assembled and the lights were tested. Moving on, the next set of images shows us various details from the project, from our initial 3D visualizations to the final built images. This picture shows the overall view that includes the access steps, the Galleria steps, the mezzanine level and the live counter below it. The mezzanine level was designed with movable furniture. While this furniture could be put in place in no time, the arrangement also offers informality and flexibility. The single large window allows enough daylight for the interiors. It was also planned for an audio-visual projection of sports and other events, with Galleria being the seating. The Galleria steps allowing people to take different forms of seating depending upon their group size. To have minimum interference with the existing structure, we opted for simple lighting conduits to contain electrical wires inside UPVC pipes that were suspended from the ceiling. LED fixtures were connected to the UPVC pipes using special reducers. C-shaped tray tables intercept the larger steps to divide the area into zones and accommodate the food being served. These trays are mobile and lent an informal and flexible vibe to the Galleria steps.